Hi, welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm Justin Riley. I hope you stick with us today because we've got a great show with some fantastic local businesses. We're going to be joined by the Chocolate Caper from Oregon. They're going to show how their homemade chocolates are as delicious as they look. We'll also talk to Todd McLemore, and he's going to demonstrate how to cook a deep fried turkey. I'm so excited to learn more about that. Plus, RP's Pasta. Peter is going to join us, and he's going to demonstrate how to make homemade ramen. So you'll want to stick around for that. It's all coming up right here on the Restaurant Show, where we stop by the best restaurants in town so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on the Restaurant Show. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. With me now is Peter Robertson from RP's Pasta Company. Peter, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Good to have you with us. We just had you on Talk of the Town a couple weeks ago. Now the Restaurant Show, you're going to show us some really delicious looking meals here. What are you going to make for us first?
Well, we're going to do a couple of things that a lot of home, I know it's called the Restaurant Show, but I want to focus on, people who cook at home.
Sure.
They want that restaurant style. So I'm going to show you some really simple tricks to try and get that restaurant quality right in your home, and things that you probably wouldn't think of, or you probably wouldn't try and engage because you think it's going to be too hard. So we're going to be doing a ramen dish. Okay. And we're going to do a really, really simple, quick broth on that. Okay. And we're going to do a 4-cheese cannelloni, which a lot of people think of that process of making lasagna and cannelloni as like a long, laborious process. Right, yeah. And I'm going to show you a really, really fast, quick way to do that. Okay, excellent. We'll go ahead and get started with the ramen. All right. It's set up with a very simple broth. All right. What I have going here is a broth that is base of water. Okay. And then I've added soy sauce. Okay. And mirin. All right. With sliced garlic. All right. And some crushed ginger. That is pretty easy. Very simple. Yeah. And then a small amount of toasted sesame oil. Okay. To kind of give it, toasted sesame oil always kind of gives that nice Asian background flavor. Right, right. So I just let that simmer for a while. Okay. I add some shiitake mushrooms. So now the shiitake is also known as one of the Asian mushrooms. Has a very nice kind of perfumey flavor, but it also has a bit of a bite to it as far as, it's not a spicy, but it has a stronger flavor. Okay. Now for this type of broth, because you're just going to simmer in the broth, I tend to pick the stems off. Okay. Off the bottom, because that can be a little bit tough for this type of broth. All right. And then you just slice the cap, like such. All right. Easy enough. And then that ends up going right in the broth. All right. Along with in that broth is also some bok choy. Okay. Which is a small kind of Asian cabbage. I use the baby bok choy because I like the smaller leaves. Sure. It cooks a little quicker and a little bit more tender. So are you using the stems and the leaves for the bok choy? Yes. Okay. Yes. The whole thing is pretty much considered the leaf. This lower part, what's nice about it, has a crispy nature to it. Right. And then the leaves at the top are really nice and tender. Got it. Got it. So what exactly is ramen, and how is it different from Italian noodles? Well, ramen doesn't always come in a rectangular package on your grocery shelf. Right. Ramen, contrary to popular belief. Ramen really goes back to some Japanese lake where they made fresh noodles. Okay. The water in this lake had a very alkaline flavor to it, but they used the water from the lake, and it was potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate is a mineral that was in the lake, and gave those noodles a very unique flavor. Interesting. It also, with that alkaline nature, also gave it a very unique texture. Okay. Very more elastic and bouncy. All right. Now, that doesn't have to be the only noodle you use. So if you think about what we have here, we have broth and noodles. Right. It doesn't, if you wanted to, and ramen, typical ramen cooks pretty quickly. Right. But if you see, we also have our, our fresh egg angel hair, the spinach linguine. All right. You could really put, you can cook any Italian pasta noodle, particularly fresh is better. Right. In any kind of broth, and that broth will then also flavor the noodle that much quicker. Okay. Giving it a whole lot of flavor and texture. So you almost can make the ramen noodle recipe with any type of noodles, really. Exactly, with really any type of noodle. So it doesn't just have to be a ramen noodle. And so you throw that in there and you cook it until the noodles are done.
So these are actually fresh ramen noodles then. I mean, this isn't like you said, this isn't the kind that comes in squares that are hard as a rock.
Now, there are a couple of companies on the East Coast that I know that are making them. RP's we're developing one, hopefully coming out soon. So in the meantime, if you'd like to do this dish and try and replicate the ramen, you'll have to use our angel hair to start with.
All right.
But so to serve this up, you take your noodles.
Right
into the bowl.
Nice.
And then just ladle in some of this wonderful broth.
Sure, yeah, okay. Broth is really easy to make too.
Just like this. The mushrooms, sometimes they tend to fall to the bottom, so go ahead and grab a few from the bottom.
Scoop low. All right.
And there you have a ramen bowl. And now, of course, must be finished with a little bit of green onion.
Of course, all right.
Just sprinkle that on.
Nice. Well, let's get started. We got just a little bit of time left. Let's get started with the 4-cheese cannelloni, you said it was, right?
Yep, the 4-cheese cannelloni is, again, a very simple process.
All right. I'm excited to see this. So this is a lasagna based.
So these are lasagna sheets. Okay. To make the cannelloni, which a lot of people, again, feel can take a lot of work. You mix up a cheese filling. Okay. And I've made it with ricotta, Parmesan, Asiago, and mozzarella. And I've put it in. You can do this in a Ziploc bag. Real simple.
Oh,
Put it in a Ziploc bag. Cut the corner off.
Okay.
Right across.
Oh, wow.
And then all you do is you fold that up. Wow. Okay. Now you do that with the rest of your pasta.
Okay.
And then you open up a jar of sauce.
Okay.
You throw it into a pan. Top it with sauce.
We've got our magic TV oven here, folks. This is what the finished product looks like.
And so you bake it. Now, one of my tricks for baking cannellonis and lasagnas, because a lot of times people, they'll throw the cheese on right away when they put it in the oven, and then they put the foil on top, and then they go to take the foil off to bake the last 10 minutes to kind of brown your cheese.
Right.
And all the cheese comes off on the aluminum foil. Now you notice, so you bake it for the first half hour without the cheese on top.
Okay.
Put the cheese on top, back into the oven to melt it.
Right.
And what a beautiful event you have.
You're right, absolutely. And with the holidays coming up, what are some of your favorite party dishes that can be made in advance? I mean, these are pretty easy recipes you've just shown us that doesn't take too much time. What are some of your favorite ones? Obviously, these are probably...
I think we're seeing some of the great ones right here, how simple it is. Because a dish like this, you bake it in advance and you just have to warm it up.
Right.
Lasagna is you can be done exactly the same way. Baked in advance, and then just warm it up when the guests arrive.
Right, yeah.
Throw it on the table, and not to mention, it also stays warm for a long time.
Yeah,
so
retains that heat.
Don't forget your trivets.
Yeah. Peter Robertson, thank you so much for joining us today for the great food presentation. Go to their website, check out some more information from RP's Pasta. They're a locally based company. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yep,
Don't go away, there's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Up next on the Restaurant Show, deep fried turkey with John McLemore. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. The holiday season is here, believe it or not. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. And if you're one of those folks that spends Turkey Day in the kitchen for hours and hours prepping and cooking, our next guest has a solution that allows you to spend more time with your family and have the best Thanksgiving Day turkey you've ever had. John McLemore joins us. He's authored 3 cookbooks and he joins us now to tell us how to make the most of our kitchen time this Thanksgiving. John, how are you?
I'm great, Justin. How are you?
I'm excellent, and I'm so excited to hear about this because as somebody who has actually prepared a Thanksgiving meal in the past, it's not terribly complicated, but it's incredibly time-consuming. So how can we save time in the kitchen this Thanksgiving?
You fry your turkey. We're going to show you, instead of having to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and spend 5 or 6 hours oven roasting your turkey, we're going to show you how to fry your turkey in about an hour. 4 minutes per pound, we can fry a 15-pound turkey in exactly 60 minutes.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's so outside of the regular paradigm that we think about cooking turkeys. An hour to cook a 15-pound turkey, that's amazing. So tell us about some of the advantages of frying your turkey versus, obviously there's a time-saving element there, but tell us about some of the other advantages for frying your turkey.
Well, the main thing that you want to do is get your turkey prepared, and then we're going to talk about some other reasons that you want to fry your turkey. But the first thing is safety. Using the Butterball indoor turkey fryer allows you to safely fry your turkey. And then you can go to my website at masterbuilt.com. I've got a 2-minute video that walks you through how to give your turkey a warm water bath while your turkey is heating, your oil is heating up. Take it out of the warm water bath and completely pat your turkey dry, getting rid of all of the excess water. And then you want to inject your turkey with your favorite injectable marinade. Today I'm actually using a buttery Creole injectable marinade. You want to get the legs, the thighs, completely cover all areas of the turkey with 1 ounce per pound of the injection. And then you want to take some Cajun seasoning and completely cover the inside, the cavity, and the outside of the entire turkey. Gives it a little Cajun flair. And then here's where the fun begins. We've got our turkey fryer set to 375 degrees. We're frying a 16-pound Butterball turkey. We're going to lower it into the oil very slowly. And again, 4 minutes per pound, 64 minutes. Justin, we're going to take that turkey out of the oil, set your timer there to 64 minutes, and you're going to have results that look this amazing. Now, can you do that in your oven?
Not in an hour, I sure can't.
No, sir. And
that's fantastic. Go ahead, John.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So you mentioned your website. Is that where we can get this more information on how to do this?
Yes, sir. You can go to masterbuilt.com to get not only our recipes, but the best retailer in your area. And you can also check out our oven right here. The turkey fryer allows you to free up your oven so that you can do your casseroles, your desserts, your bread to complement the best tasting turkey ever. And on our website, we've got the recipes, we've got the videos, and frequently asked questions for people to have the best experience, because when Thanksgiving comes around, it's a crazy time. We want to spend time with our family, with our friends, and let the Butterball turkey fryer perfect your turkey recipe so that you don't have to worry about an undercooked or an overcooked dry turkey.
I imagine that frying the turkey is probably going to make it a lot more moist than the typical oven roasting would. Am I right?
Yes, sir, absolutely. When you flash fry the turkey, it locks in all of the juices. So you not only have a much more moist turkey, but the injectable marinade that you put in there gives it really good flavor throughout the entire turkey. So if some people like the dark meat, that's great. But when you cook the turkey breast, and we do a whole turkey that we're doing today, but you can also do just a bone-in turkey breast. And the white meat is what is harder to perfect. When you fry that turkey, the juicy results are amazing. And it's not, sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. If you follow the recipe, 4 minutes per pound, it's perfect every single time.
Well, John, I tell you, if you've got a turkey ready right now, I'll be over in just a couple hours. Does that sound good?
Come on down. We're just about, I don't know, 1,500 miles from each other, but we're here. Come on.
Oh, perfect. I'll get on the freeway right now.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, we've got just a couple minutes left, John. I'm kind of curious to know how you came across this plan to fry turkeys, and how long did it take you to perfect it and find out how long you had to fry it to get the perfect result?
It's like any other recipe, Justin. It's just basically getting in your kitchen and experimenting with whatever your favorite recipe is. So the turkey, depending on the size and the equipment, that's what you know you got to do. You got the right equipment, you got the right time, you're going to perfect it every single time. And they're telling me here that we got to run to get to another segment. So Justin, thank you and happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
You too, John. John, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Author and professional turkey fryer John McLemore joined us here on The Restaurant Show. Don't go away, there's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Up next on The Restaurant Show, Prolly Nay chocolate with the chocolate caper. Welcome back to The Restaurant Show. With me now is Elizabeth Donahue from the Chocolate Caper. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we've been trying to get you on one of our shows for a long time now.
I'm really
finally
good at dodging and weaving. I'm sorry.
Well, you guys are in Oregon and you make your own chocolates, which I think is so darn cool. Tell us a little bit about what your store specializes in.
Well, our store was founded on a Swiss French recipe called Prolly Nay, which is, it basically boils down to the adding of nuts or nut butters to chocolate.
Okay.
And so what we do is we use a French recipe chocolate that's made currently in America.
Okay.
And we blend it with natural nut butters that have, none of it has any artificial preservatives or added sugars. And then we also use a little bit of coconut oil. That's what we use as our softening agent.
Okay.
Rather than something chemical.
Okay.
And so what you're left with is this really creamy, high protein, lower sugar, delicious confection.
High protein chocolate.
It's true. It's the nut butters.
I'm getting excited
it's
about that.
It's practically health food.
It's
it is candy, so we can't claim that.
You can take off the practically, it's fine.
It is, this is healthy for, and it is gluten-free, which is a plus because it is, however, loaded with nut butters, so we do have the allergies as a concern, but we can boast of it being gluten-free and high in protein.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So, what are these different different chocolates that I see here? What are we looking at?
Well, we make the Prolly Nay in 4 different flavors and in 3 different types of chocolate.
Okay.
So our 4 flavors are smooth almond, toffee almond, which is actually the only one with crunch. It has ground toffee and slivered almonds in addition to the nut butter. We make hazelnut and peanut butter.
Okay.
So the way you can tell them apart is that we hand pipe the lines on the top. So we have angled almond for the way we cut them in the tray. This would be top-down toffee, and this would be horizontal hazelnut, and crisscross is peanut butter.
So I could figure it out. It's that easy.
You can figure it out, and included in each one of our boxes is a card that has a decipher code on the back.
Good, good. That's awesome. So I just have to know, I mean, this is a totally ignorant question, but I've always thought it was praline.
That's a pretty common misconception. Praline is the root of the word, which comes from the original powder. It was candied nuts that was powdered and ground down, and that is praline.
Oh, okay.
Or praline, sometimes it's called. And so there are many different forms of the same product. In New Orleans, you get praline. That's candied nut. It basically means candied nut.
Got it, got it. So which one is the peanut butter again? I already forgot.
Crisscross peanut butter.
Crisscross
that's a dark chocolate peanut butter.
All right, I'm going to try this if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Peanut butter is my favorite. Oh my gosh, this is
I
so
love
good.
the peanut butter. Actually, we began making white peanut butter when we took the shop over about 3 years ago. It wasn't a product that was offered at the time, and that's one of our best sellers currently.
White chocolate peanut butter, okay.
Yep.
So tell us about some of the other treats that you carry.
Well, we carry a pretty wide variety. We dip a lot of items, so we dip glacéed apricots in our dark chocolate.
All right.
That's what that is. We make these little guys. They're called Badger Paws. We developed them for a company that wanted a Wisconsin-based product. So they're cranberries and cashews mixed with caramel and dipped in chocolate. We also have orange peel, peanut butter and jelly cups. We make lots of different lollies. In addition, we carry some gift items like mugs, some different caramel and chocolate sauces. We really have quite a wide selection in the shop. a lot of truffles, dipped caramels.
Absolutely, and you've got you've got some really nice looking gift baskets here. Are these available for purchase? Like, could I purchase this if I wanted to?
Absolutely. We currently are making them custom, so we have some out for display, similar to what you would see here. You could just buy it as is, but you're able to come into the store and pick your individual items, and we will basket them up for you.
Excellent. And I see that you're now carrying wine. Is that a pretty new thing?
It is. Very recently, we received a license to carry wine and liquors or spirits, and so we carry about 15 different kinds of whites and reds that we paired specifically with our chocolates. It was, a very exhausting process, of course.
I can imagine.
And we're carrying a very special chocolate bar port, which is a dessert wine that seems to be flying off the shelves. So that seems to be very popular.
Chocolate port, is that what
Chocolate port, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, wow is right.
Can you pour me a glass right now?
Well, I could. It's right there. I don't know.
Well,
maybe
after the show.
After airtime.
After the show.
We could do that.
Okay. And I'm curious to know, what do you think sets you apart from other chocolatiers? There's a couple other folks in the area that make their own chocolate. What sets you apart?
Well, we all specialize in our own thing, basically. And obviously the Swiss Prolly Nay is something that I'm not aware of anyone else making.
Okay.
But also, it's really important to us that we keep these wonderful indulgences affordable. And so to my knowledge, we are the lowest priced chocolatier in Dane County. And so we just really believe that you should be able to afford a delicious treat in a beautiful package without having to take out a second mortgage.
Right, without it breaking the bank, for sure. We just have about a minute left, so I want to make sure I touch base on this. Do you guys have any events that you host that are coming up soon?
Well, we are participating with some other local Oregon businesses in some small Business Saturday promotions. So you can come on out to Oregon and visit all of us down there. In addition to that, on, I believe it's the 10th and the 17th of December, we're having Santa visit our shop. So that will be free, for kids. You can just come in and visit with him and take your picture if you like, or just whisper to him what you'd like for Christmas. And then we traditionally participate every year in the Burlington Chocolate Festival in Burlington, Wisconsin. Closer to the holidays, we participate in the Mistletoe Market. And so there's a variety of different events that we'll show up at here and there
fantastic.
Through the year.
Fantastic. And real quick before we go, how can people get your chocolate?
Well, obviously you can visit us at our storefront, which is 105 South Main in Oregon. We are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. We also have a website, chocolatecaper.com, and we do have shipping available year-round. So even in the heat of the summer, you can get some delicious treats.
Elizabeth Donahue from the Chocolate Caper, thank you so much
for
joining us today. Head on down to Oregon, check out the Chocolate Caper, or go to their website if you want to try one of these delicious treats. And stick around, there's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the Restaurant Show. I hope that when you're out and about looking for a place to eat or at the local grocery store, you'll consider any one of these fantastic locally owned businesses. That's all the time we have for today on the Restaurant Show. This is Justin Riley reminding you that life is too short to eat average. We'll see you next time.